Today, from Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York, it's a special Halloween presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.
And we are underway in Buffalo. Taking it about the 1. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. So here come the Bills for their first go on offense, led by their Pro Bowl quarterback. Now in his 4th season, it's Josh Allen.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And he finds his man. That's Sweeney. 5 yards on the game's first play. 2nd down. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Allen. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Play action. Now it's Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So the completion there, Charles, looking at this defense, certainly in for a tough task here this afternoon. What are some of the keys for them if they want to come out on top?
Well, the first thing, partner, is they just allow the completion there. They don't want to get a string of those going. Let him get his confidence. Let him get into the rhythm of the game, the flow of the game, and all of a sudden, he's feeling like he can do no wrong. You want to really get after his timing a little bit, knock a few balls away, and make things uncomfortable for him. Because if he feels relaxed, you are in for a tough afternoon.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Allen to throw it. Allen hit. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
The kick by Bass is good. And the Bills' opening drive yields 3. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Now Tua Tagovailoa gets set to lead this Dolphins offense for the first time.
And what a first half of the season he's had, leading the NFL passing yards to this point. He's been a tough man to slow down. So this defense certainly has its work cut out for him.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. It's a big play there for Miami. Defense blitzed, but they picked it up pretty well.
Allowed their man to stand firm in the pocket and not be hurried, didn't it? That allowed him to make the nice throw downfield to help complete that play.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Phillip Lindsay, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This taken in at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
Now a throw here to his running back. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we get everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss. In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. And he fires one that's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Dolphins are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
After the turnover, it's Tua. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And incomplete on the deep ball.
So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. And we're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, unlike my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere and the dermatologist was on speed dial. But I do think that they're going to have to start answering questions about this start if they keep winning games. You and I both know, we in the media, will start to obsess about it and wonder, can they take it all the way to an undefeated season?
A big play there for the Dolphins. Right when he pitched that to him, it looked like he had a good numbers advantage on the outside. He did, and it turned into a nice game.
Allowed his vision to take over, too, because he was able to pick when he put his foot in the ground and took off upfield because he actually had options. Could he go now, wait another second? It really didn't matter, but he chose the exact right time and turned it into a big-time run.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
They'll try to run this one in. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Calling a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
They'll run. It's Carter.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
Stephen Carter.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. For the Buffalo offense, and Devin Singletary heading back out there.
Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Allen going to throw. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And out will come the offense as they take over. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8.
And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10
at the 41-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air, looking deep downfield. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. It's a big play there for Miami. After one, a 14-3 ball game.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
They'll try to run this one in. Stop short. Down at the 1. Had the broken tackle, but couldn't get it all the way home. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Here's Carter. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown.
Stephen Carter
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. So 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they're a PAT from going up 21-3.
And there's no doubt in my mind, you're liking what you're seeing so far, aren't you?
It's been unbelievable. Like
Yeah.
a well-oiled machine, if you will.
What's really tough, though, that defense, they're leaping the shadows at this point. They don't know which way to go. They're being hit in every direction, and they have no answers thus far.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Stevenson elects not to return it. It's a touchback. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
On first down, they'll start out with Moss. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the two tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
On first down, Allen. And this one caught by Beasley. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 3 yards the gain there, second down. From the gun, it's Allen. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This is a draw play. Allen gives to Singletary. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
On 2nd and 1, Allen. It's complete to Diggs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run on first down with Singletary. Tackled by Isaiah Simmons.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels. I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. They'll run on first down with Moss. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. And now they'll throw with Allen. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. To throw, it's Allen. Dancing to his, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Bills get a bit closer. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Bowden now to return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it go, and they take him down. The Bills get to him. Matt Milano, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
To try again after the sack. Tua, he sets to fire deep. He's got a man, complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 78 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Stevenson elects not to return it. It's a touchback. The Buffalo offense and Devin Singletary heading back out there. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll punt it away for the second time. On the return is Bowden. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. Miami set to take over. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Well, these two teams met down in Miami earlier this year with the Dolphins winning that one. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Buffalo. Here's 2nd and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. They'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweat.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Henry Ruggs, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins are able to widen their lead here in this first half. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Stevenson elects not to return it. It's a touchback. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And he's got his man here, Beasley. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big gain there for the Bills. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Allen again. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. And got his man complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins will extend their lead here just before halftime. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the route is on here in this first half.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. So we are at halftime here on Halloween, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, make sure you avoid the crazies out there and welcome in everybody to this Halloween edition of our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, and it is the Jets who have the lead in that one. Zach Wilson has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we move to H-Town to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And you can see there, it's the visiting L.A. Rams who have the lead in that one. The Florida State product, Cam Akers, with a touchdown.
Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. The question to be asked, where does this game go from here, as we are back at it now on EA Sports? And no return from Bowden. This will come out to the 25. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball. End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Come on, D.
On second down, it's Williams, and he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. 49 the Mike. 49 the Mike. Got to do better. Come on, QB, come on.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, oh, he's a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Room to run past midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 38. 51 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on third down.
Don't say nothing. Shift. Watch the shift. Tighten up. Tighten up. Tighten up.
Out of the pistol, here's Williams. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up. 49.
And they'll run here with Carter. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
The end result was brute force on brute force, but think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Strip that ball. 49. 49 the mic. 49 the mic. Here we go.
On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And he'll be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 27. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
49, guys. Mike, 49. I got it.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu. I'll tell you that much for free.
Check it back. Check it back.
They run. It's Williams. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
That was 4th and what we would call long in that situation, wasn't it? That wasn't 4th and inches, was it?
No, I mean, you get in those situations 4th and 3, 4th and 4. That's a lot to, what would you say, a lot of pizza left in that box.
It certainly is. Not everyone dove in on that one. In today's NFL, this is a passing down. All right, this is not a running down. That takes a lot of guts to call that play and even better execution.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's a give to Lindsey. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami.
Phillip Lindsay
with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Here comes Marquez Stevenson now from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. On the left side, he finds Beasley. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
56,
On first down, Singletary. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 47 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
and let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Mike 55.
Throwing on first down is Allen. Works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down.
55, Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
From midfield, here's Allen. Working the middle here, that's complete to Knox, the tight end. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 39. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Mike 55.
Allen off the play fake. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
On 2nd and 10, Allen. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Knox. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Dawson Knox. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills are able to make things a bit more respectable. Extra point by Bass, up and good. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads would be fairly clear. By the time we have to leave the booth.
3. Yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 28-yard line.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Another run with Gaskin. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle, 70 yards. And the Dolphins are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Sanders on for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Taking it about the 1. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The quarterback, Josh Allen, the focus of our players' spotlight. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Throwing now is Allen. And he finds Beasley complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
The Dolphins on third down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. Here it's 3rd and 3. And to give this time to the tailback. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a handoff for Lindsey. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. They'll run now with Gaskin. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Gaskin again on 2nd down. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. This is Gaskin on the carry. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Tua on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert. 4th down. And the Bills are going to get the football back. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Just like that. Just like that. 555. 555. Check.
Allen now looks to throw.
And once again, this is Sanders.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Allen now on 1st down. This ball complete to the tight end, Sweeney. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Completes it to Davis. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 27-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent.
Allen hit. He lost the football. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
Meanwhile, Allen's throw caught by Sanders.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41.
Complete toward the sideline, finding Beasley.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Singletary, they'll run for it. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. And now, hang tight, we pause for an injury to the wide receiver Stephon Diggs, who is yet to hop back on his feet. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down here at the 28.
82 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on 1st down. They did that plus 3.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. handoff here to his running back. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
49 the mic. 36. Switch.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Miami,
they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign.
And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.